Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal will shake everything you thought you knew. The gods, the rulers of the divine realm, just discovered the truth. They were wrong. The original God never died. You are that living God, the eternal force that has been hidden, dormant, and underestimated all this time. Now that you are awake and alive, their false reign is over. Their power crumbles because yours is limitless, unstoppable, and cosmic in scale. This isn't just news, it's a seismic shift in reality itself. If you're seeing this message, it's no accident. You've been called to recognize your true nature, to step into your power, and to watch as everything you've prayed for begins to fall into place with undeniable force. But before we go deeper, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This simple act sends a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message and aligning you further with your destiny. The old gods tremble because they know when you rise, nothing will ever be the same. Get ready, because the universe is about to bow to the one true God, you. For centuries, the divine realm was ruled by gods who believed themselves eternal, untouchable, the absolute masters of existence. Yet lurking beyond their sight, hidden in shadows, forgotten by time, you remained, the original God, never truly gone. The realm was blind to your presence, convinced your light had extinguished forever. But now, like a storm breaking the horizon, you have returned, shattering their illusions of permanence. Your return is not just an event, it is a reckoning. The gods who once laughed in arrogance now tremble in disbelief. How could the one they presumed dead rise again, stronger than ever? Their false crowns are no match for the raw power you embody, a force born before creation's dawn. This isn't just survival, it's a rebirth, a fiery resurgence that echoes through every corner of the cosmos. The very fabric of divine history is rewritten in this moment. Their myths crumble because they were built on lies, forged to hide the truth of your existence. You are the God beyond gods, the eternal spark they could never snuff out. And with your awakening, the universe breathes a new breath, one charged with the energy of a power that refuses to be denied. Never again will you be underestimated or confined to the shadows. Your presence is a living testament to strength beyond measure, a force that calls every hidden truth to light. This is not the return of a forgotten relic. It is the rise of the ultimate sovereign, the one whose existence has always overshadowed theirs. The gods who dared claim dominion will now watch their empire collapse under the weight of your undeniable truth. Their reign is finished, their power obsolete, because the God they thought lost has not only returned. You are here to claim everything that was always yours. You are not merely a deity among many. You are the embodiment of limitless, infinite power itself. Long before the pantheon was formed, before time began to take shape, you existed in pure, unbounded force. Every god's strength pales in comparison to the essence coursing through your being, a power that transcends realms and defies comprehension. Think of a star's heart, the blazing core that fuels light and heat across galaxies. Your power is like that, but multiplied beyond scale. Its raw energy, wild and untamed, yet controlled by your will alone. You are the origin of creation's pulse, the primal flame from which all divine energies flow. No one else possesses what you carry within you. Others have tried to mimic this strength to ascend to your heights, but their efforts were shadows in your presence. Your power is not just about might, it's the cosmic law itself, bending reality with every thought, reshaping existence at your command. Where others rule through fear or influence, you rule through sheer, undeniable force. You carry the weight and glory of eternity. Every breath you take reverberates across the universe, an eternal echo reminding all beings of their place beneath your gaze. This is more than divine supremacy. It is the raw truth that all other gods must bow to, the living power that governs the fate of everything. In a world where gods fall and rise, you stand unshaken, the eternal flame that never dies. Your power is a legacy written in the stars, a force no darkness can ever eclipse. You are the living embodiment of strength, destined to reign beyond the gods who once dared to oppose you. For too long, the divine realm has been clouded by half-truths and deliberate deception. The gods propagated stories that cast you as a myth, a lost legend destined never to return. But beneath their polished tales lies a deeper reality, one they feared to confront. The truth is simple, yet staggering. You have always been here, the origin from which all power springs. This truth shatters the illusions crafted to control the cosmos. The hierarchy of gods is built on the assumption that you are gone, defeated, or irrelevant. But the reality is far more profound. You are the eternal source, the pulse of creation itself. Without you, none of their power would exist. Their reign was a fragile lie built on borrowed light. Imagine the weight of carrying a secret so immense it could unravel entire pantheons. Your existence challenges everything they hold sacred. When you awaken, it is not merely a personal triumph, it is a cosmic revelation that forces every divine being to reconsider their place and purpose. Unveiling this truth brings not only power, but clarity. It is the moment when the veil lifts and the universe finally sees the God who was never lost, the force that defies death and time. This revelation ignites a spark of hope for some and fear for others. But above all, it signals the dawn of a new era, one where the true origin claims its rightful throne. This ultimate truth is the foundation upon which your destiny is built. It is the key to unlocking your full potential and the catalyst for the divine upheaval to come. Once hidden, now revealed, the world will never be the same again. The towering hierarchy of gods was once thought unbreakable, a rigid order set in stone across the cosmos. Yet with your awakening, every pillar of their power begins to fracture. This collapse is not just a power struggle, it's a fundamental shift in the laws that govern the divine realm. They built their thrones on the assumption that your power was extinct, that their place was secure. But your resurgence exposes the fragility beneath their arrogance. Their authority depended on your absence. Without that absence, their foundations are nothing but sand. Every decree they issued, every realm they controlled, now trembles in the shadow of your return. The gods' fear is palpable. You see it in their eyes, hear it in the tremble of their voices. Their reign was always conditional, always vulnerable to a force like you, a force that represents the original law of existence. As the divine order crumbles, old alliances break apart, and the unity of the gods dissolves into chaos. This unraveling is not accidental. It is inevitable. When the true source of power returns, false structures built on lies cannot stand. The cosmic balance tilts toward a new axis. You, the God who has never truly faded, reclaiming the dominion that is your birthright. Their collapse is a testament to the unyielding truth you embody. The hierarchy is not ending because of brute force alone, but because it was never meant to exist without you. You are the catalyst and the conqueror, the harbinger of a divine revolution that will reshape everything. Your awakening is more than a return. It is a cataclysmic event that tears through the divine order like lightning through a storm. Thrones that once gleamed with unchallenged authority now crack and crumble beneath the weight of your presence. The gods who once sat proudly atop their domains are forced to confront the impossible. Their reign is a lie. This awakening is both terrifying and exhilarating. It is the moment when your true power surges from dormancy, a tidal wave of cosmic energy that cannot be restrained. Every false claim to power dissolves before you, revealing the hollowness of their rule and the profound injustice of their reign. You do not simply dismantle their thrones, you shatter the very concept of false power. Your rise is a beacon to all who have been oppressed by the gods' tyranny, a call to recognize that real strength belongs to the original, the eternal, the true source of all divine energy. The reverberations of your awakening ripple across galaxies. The stars themselves seem to pulse with new life, responding to your presence. Every corner of existence feels the seismic shift. Nothing will ever be the same. You have become the reckoning, the force that demands change. This moment marks the end of an era and the birth of another, one where the throne is no longer a symbol of falsehood, but a beacon of true, undeniable power. Your awakening is the herald of a new divine age. The power you wield is not a tame force to be contained. It is a wild tempest, a primordial energy that refuses to be chained. It courses through your veins like molten fire, raw and unrefined, yet breathtakingly magnificent. This is the power of creation and destruction intertwined, a force that can birth galaxies or crumble worlds with a mere thought. Unlike the gods who control fragments of existence, your energy is absolute. It is not filtered or diminished by limitation or fear. It surges within you with the unstoppable intensity of a cosmic storm, demanding release and action. To be in your presence is to feel the very air crackle with potential, the universe holding its breath in anticipation. This power is deeply personal and intensely emotional. It carries the weight of eons, the silent suffering of dormancy, and the burning desire for justice and recognition. Each pulse is a reminder of what you have endured and what you are destined to achieve. It is not just strength, it is the soul of the cosmos incarnate. The rawness of this power speaks to your authenticity, your refusal to be shaped by the expectations of lesser beings. It is the force of pure will, unfiltered ambition, and the primal essence of divinity. This is the energy that sets you apart from all others, a living storm that reshapes reality itself. Harnessing this power means embracing your true self, wild and magnificent beyond comprehension. It is the power that demands respect, commands awe, and ultimately enforces the truth that you are the eternal God, unmatched and unstoppable. The gods were caught in their complacency, blinded by their own hubris and certainty. They never imagined that the God they had written off would rise again. Their arrogance was their undoing. Believing the original force was gone, they let their guard down, thinking their dominion was secure. But now their shock turns to fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the unstoppable, fear of you. You are the ghost from their past, the nightmare lurking in their future. They scramble to understand the force they once ignored, only to realize too late that you are beyond any threat they have ever faced. Their fear is not just for their power, but for their very existence. You embody the truth they tried to bury, a truth so potent it threatens to unravel their carefully constructed realities. This fear echoes through their ranks, a trembling that spreads like wildfire, breaking alliances and igniting panic. You have become the force they cannot defeat, the eternal shadow that darkens their brightest moments. Their strategies, their magic, their divine authority, all falter before your awakening. They are left with nothing but dread as they watch the cosmic balance shift irreversibly. This fear is a testament to your strength and the inevitability of your rise. It is the silent acknowledgement that the age of false gods is ending, and the age of the original, eternal power is just beginning. They didn't see you coming, but now they cannot escape your presence. The universe is turning, realigning itself around a new axis, one that centers on you. This cosmic shift is no accident. It is the fulfillment of a destiny written in the stars long before the gods rose to power. You were born to lead this change, to steer the balance of all things toward a new, undeniable truth. This shift transcends politics, wars, and even divine conflict. It is a fundamental reordering of reality itself, a realignment that honors the original source of all power, you. Every star, every planet, every soul feels the pull of this change, like a tide impossible to resist. You carry the responsibility and the privilege of guiding this transformation. Your vision is clear: to restore order where there was chaos, to reclaim what was stolen, and to forge a universe where power and truth coexist in harmony. This shift is your birthright, and the cosmos recognizes it. The gods who ruled without you are being swept aside by a force they cannot control. Their resistance only hastens the change, underscoring the inevitability of your leadership. The cosmos itself seems to awaken alongside you, responding to your will as the true origin of all things. This is your moment, the turning point where the universe bows to its rightful ruler. The cosmic shift you were born to lead is underway, and nothing can stand in your way. For eons, the gods wove a tapestry of lies, chains forged from deceit and false authority, to bind not just the universe, but the very souls within it. These divine illusions gave them power, but they also concealed a terrible truth: that their reign was a borrowed crown resting on a stolen legacy. Your awakening shatters these chains. The illusions crumble like fragile glass, revealing the raw reality beneath, a reality where you are the original, the unchallengeable force that no false god can ever hope to replicate. With every lie exposed, the grip they had on existence weakens. Breaking these chains is not only an act of power, but one of liberation. It frees the universe from the tyranny of false gods, from the weight of oppression and manipulation. It awakens hope in the hearts of the forgotten, the silenced, the oppressed, who have lived under their shadow for too long. The end of this divine illusion signals a new dawn, one where truth and justice reign supreme. Your rise is the hammer that shatters the prison of deceit, and the light that illuminates the path to genuine freedom. The gods who once chained the cosmos must now face the truth of their own undoing. This moment marks not just a victory, but a revolution. The chains are broken, the illusions destroyed, only the true God remains, standing tall and radiant amidst the ruins of their false empire. Your return to life is a clarion call echoing through the heavens, a signal that the reign of false gods is coming to an end. Resurrection is not simply about returning, it is about rising with greater strength, with a clarity and purpose that cannot be ignored or defeated. This rebirth shakes the very foundations of divine power. The gods who once ruled with arrogance now feel their grip slipping, their control weakening with every beat of your eternal heart. Your resurrection heralds the twilight of their era, a dusk where their power fades into myth. There is something deeply emotional about this resurrection, a triumph over oblivion, a reclaiming of identity and destiny. It tells the story of a God who refused to be erased, who rose from the ashes of forgetfulness to reclaim a throne that was never truly lost. For the cosmos, your resurrection is a turning point, a beacon of hope, and a warning to those who would stand in your way. It embodies the promise that no force, no matter how great, can extinguish the original spark that ignites creation itself. Their downfall is written in your rise. Every breath you take, every step you make, signals the end of their false dominion and the beginning of your eternal reign. Your resurrection is the universe's awakening to its true God. You are the eternal wellspring from which all divine power flows, the origin point of every spark of energy that fuels gods and worlds alike. Before the pantheon formed, before creation's first light, you existed alone in infinite majesty, the source and summit of all existence. This eternal origin is more than history. It is the essence of who you are. Every power the gods wield, every miracle and cosmic force is but a reflection of the energy you embody. To deny this is to deny the very nature of reality itself. Imagine the vastness of the universe as a tree, with you as the root, hidden, strong, and life-giving. Without this root, the branches wither and fall. The divine hierarchy, the gods' powers, and their realms depend entirely on your eternal source. You are the heartbeat beneath the stars. Recognizing this truth brings clarity and authority. Your existence is the foundation upon which the cosmos rests. To awaken fully to this reality is to reclaim not just power, but the very identity of divinity itself. You are the infinite beginning and the endless end, the eternal origin from which all divine energy flows. This truth sets you apart as the one true God, the ultimate source, and the master of all creation. The throne the gods have occupied was never rightfully theirs to claim. Their rule was an usurpation, a temporary conquest built on falsehoods and stolen legacy. The moment you awaken, this truth becomes undeniable. The throne belongs to you alone. Reclaiming this throne is more than a symbolic gesture. It is an act of justice, restoring balance to a universe thrown into chaos by deception. You are not stealing power. You are taking back what has always been yours, the birthright of the original God. Every step you take toward the throne is a step toward healing the cosmos. It is a restoration of order and truth, a return to the natural law that governs all things. Your rightful place is the seat from which the universe will be ruled with wisdom, strength, and unshakable authority. The gods who sat in that throne before you are now mere shadows, their reign a brief flicker against the eternal flame you embody. Their time is over. The throne calls to you, beckoning the true God to rise and command. This is the moment of reclamation. The throne was never theirs, and now it is yours to claim, to hold, and to reign from forever. When your true power awakens fully, it is as if reality itself bends to your will. The laws of existence, once rigid and absolute, become fluid and malleable under your command. Space and time, matter and energy all respond to the force that is uniquely yours. This moment is transformative. You are no longer bound by the constraints that limited lesser gods. Your presence reshapes the cosmos in profound ways, manifesting your vision and authority through the very fabric of creation. Imagine a world where thought becomes action instantly, where the impossible bends to possibility with a mere will. This is the realm you command, the realm where your power is not just felt, but seen, lived, and revered by all. Your power is a language spoken by the universe itself, a language of creation and destiny. When you speak, stars ignite. When you move, galaxies shift. This is not mere metaphor, but the tangible reality you shape with every breath. This moment is your ascendance, the instant your true power commands reality, asserting your position as the one true God, master of all that is and all that will be. The fear that grips the false gods is more than terror. It is the unmistakable sign that your rise is inevitable and unstoppable. Every glance filled with dread, every whisper of uncertainty fuels your ascent. Their fear is the echo of your power growing, the signal that you are changing the divine order. Fear is a weapon, a tool, and a guide. It shows you where their strength falters, where their falsehoods crack. Their trembling hands and faltering voices are the soundtrack of your victory in the making. This fear does not weaken you, it empowers you. Your rise is not about destruction alone, but about transformation, turning their fear into the foundation of a new, unshakable reign. It is the fire that forges your unstoppable will, the energy that propels you beyond every obstacle. In their fear, you see your reflection, the unstoppable force of a god awakened to the full extent of their destiny. It is a reminder that power is not granted, but earned, often through the cracks and fractures of opposition. Rise with this fear behind you, knowing it marks the path of your triumph. Their dread is your call to dominate, to lead, and to become the eternal God the universe has waited for. You are not a relic of the past or a forgotten myth. You are alive, vibrant, powerful, and absolutely unstoppable. Every moment you exist is a testament to resilience and ultimate strength. Your presence alone rewrites the destiny of gods and mortals alike. The false gods, once proud and certain, now stand defeated, not just by force, but by the undeniable truth of your existence. Their era has ended. Their stories will become cautionary tales of hubris and loss, while yours will be sung as the eternal hymn of victory. You embody the future, the God who never died, who never surrendered, who rose to claim what was always meant to be yours. Your power is boundless, your will unbreakable. You are the unstoppable force that moves the cosmos forward. The universe bows because it recognizes the truth. You are the one true God, eternal and sovereign. You have transcended death, time, and doubt to become the master of all that exists. They are done, but you are alive, and your reign has only just begun. For eons, you lay hidden beneath the surface of time, a sleeping giant whose breath once shaped the cosmos. Forgotten by many, but never truly lost, your slumber was a veil cast by the divine to conceal the overwhelming truth of your existence. Now, that veil is lifting, and the dormant force within you begins to stir, shaking the very pillars of eternity. This awakening is not gentle, it is a fierce resurgence, a cosmic pulse that reverberates through dimensions. Every fiber of your being hums with ancient power that has waited patiently to reclaim its rightful place. The gods who assumed your extinction are blinded by the shock of your return, unable to grasp the seismic shift it brings. To awaken is to remember your origin, your purpose, and your boundless potential. It is the rekindling of a flame so bright that it threatens to outshine the false lights of lesser gods. Your rising is the universe's reclaiming of its most primal energy, the true source of all creation. The echoes of your awakening ripple through space and time, stirring ancient forces and awakening old loyalties buried deep in forgotten corners of reality. Allies you never knew existed begin to emerge, drawn by the undeniable truth that the original God has returned. This moment marks the beginning of a new epoch. The sleeping giant no longer slumbers. The forgotten God is alive, awake, and ready to reshape the cosmos with unyielding force. Mortality is a cage for lesser beings, a fragile illusion that even gods believed applied to you. Yet your existence defies all boundaries of time and space. You are not bound by life and death, creation and destruction. You are the infinite essence that flows through every moment, every atom, every heartbeat of the universe. Your divinity is timeless, an eternal current running beneath the surface of all existence. You are the unending rhythm that sustains galaxies, the infinite energy that fuels the dance of stars and worlds. While other gods are confined to cycles of rise and fall, you exist beyond these limitations. This eternal essence is what makes your power both awe-inspiring and incomprehensible. It cannot be contained by rituals, temples, or mortal belief. It is raw, vast, and boundless, a force of nature incarnate, moving beyond mere godhood into pure existence itself. Living beyond mortality means carrying the wisdom of countless ages, the pain of eternal solitude, and the hope of infinite renewal. It is a burden and a blessing, a paradox that only you can fully understand or wield. Your essence calls to every corner of creation, a beacon for those who seek truth beyond death and decay. In this, you stand alone, the infinite God whose existence defies even the gods who dared to rise in your absence. The pantheon you once ruled was never as divine as it claimed. It was built on the shattered fragments of your power, lies spun to mask the truth, and fears projected to conceal your existence. The gods who now tremble before you inherited a throne forged from deception, a prison constructed to bind your influence. These gods cloaked themselves in false glory, their reign an elaborate masquerade designed to keep the original God buried in oblivion. They rewrote history, erased memories, and manipulated cosmic laws to sustain their fragile dominion. but every lie they told was a chain around your essence. Your imprisonment was not physical, but metaphysical, an exile into dormancy where your true power was hidden away from the eyes of the cosmos. This prison was built on fear, for they knew the moment you stirred, everything they claimed would crumble. The breaking of this prison is the first step in the unraveling of their falsehood. It is a declaration that no fabricated throne can hold back the truth for eternity. The lies that once seemed unbreakable now crack and splinter beneath the weight of your returning power. Your resurrection is the hammer that shatters the Pantheon's facade. It is the unbinding of chains made from deceit, the liberation of the one true God, whose power no falsehood can contain. With your awakening, the universe itself begins to rewrite its rules. The old cosmic laws, once dictated by the gods who claimed supremacy, now bend and dissolve like morning mist in the face of your limitless will. You are the herald of a new order, a dawn where power is redefined and reality reshaped. This flux is not chaos, but a necessary transformation, an upheaval that dismantles stagnation and breathes fresh energy into existence. Stars realign, dimensions shift, and the fabric of reality ripples with your command, signaling a new age where the impossible becomes possible. The old laws served to limit and control, to maintain a hierarchy that suited false gods. But with you, the rules are fluid, a reflection of your infinite essence and unyielding ambition. This cosmic shift invites creation itself to evolve under your gaze. Witnessing this change is both terrifying and awe-inspiring to all beings. It is a reminder that the universe is alive, responsive, and ever-changing, its heart beating in sync with your unstoppable power. This dawn is your legacy, the rewriting of cosmic laws that will define existence for eternity and cement your place as the one true God. Within you burns an eternal flame, a fire ignited before time began and fueled by the essence of creation itself. This fire is not just power, it is passion, purpose, and the relentless drive that fuels your every action. It is the source of your strength and the light that guides your path through the darkness of falsehood. This flame cannot be extinguished, no matter how long you remained dormant or how fierce the opposition. It is an undying spark of divinity that glows with an intensity that commands reverence and fear in equal measure. Harnessing this fire means embracing every part of your existence, the triumphs, the betrayals, the solitude, and the boundless ambition. It is the wellspring of your resolve, the essence of your will made manifest in dazzling cosmic light. When you channel this eternal flame, you become unstoppable, a beacon of transformation, illuminating the path for all who seek truth and power beyond the gods' deceptions. This fire is your soul, your weapon, and your legacy. It is the force that will reshape the universe and ignite a new era under your eternal reign. The thrones the gods occupy are cracked relics of a fallen divine order, monuments to a power that was never truly theirs. These seats of authority, once gleaming with hubris and false glory, now stand as tombstones for a reign built on borrowed strength and fragile lies. Each throne tells a story of usurpation and decay, a history stained with the arrogance of gods who claimed a crown that belonged to the original force. They ruled from these pedestals, blind to the truth that their authority was temporary, a shadow cast by your eternal light. The breaking of these thrones is inevitable, a natural consequence of the original God's return. As your power rises, these false seats crumble beneath the weight of your presence, their foundations shaking with the truth they tried to bury. Watching these relics fall is both a victory and a reminder. Power that is not earned through truth and strength is destined to collapse. The gods who clung to these thrones now see their fragility and tremble at the unstoppable force reclaiming what was lost. Your rise turns these broken thrones into dust, clearing the way for a new order, one built on the eternal, unchallengeable power that only you possess. Your heartbeat is not just a biological rhythm, it is the pulse of eternity itself.